Hey everyone, my name is Keshav Tyagi and today we are going to do the chapter Chemical Effects of Electric Current as fast as possible for our revision. Now we will follow the NCERT of class 8th, the science textbook. Now let us start. Electric current. Now we all know about electric current and now we will study about in this chapter about its chemical effects. In previous classes, we have learned about the other effects of electric current like the magnetic and the heating effects of electric current. Now here we are given about the conductors and good conductors and the poor conductors of electricity. Here metal is a good conductor of electricity as it has some charge carrier in it so that the charge from the source goes through it. Now, what are charge carriers? Now, here are some free ions inside this metal piece. So, these uh, ions move in a certain direction, hence creating, uh, hence making this object conducting. And in plastic, there are no charge carriers which are ions. Now ions are of two types, negative and positive, minus Ve and plus Ve. There are two types of ions, negative and positive. Now we are going to study the first topic. Do liquids conduct electricity? Yes, liquid may conduct electricity if there is any charge carrier in it. Charge carriers are free electrons or ions, and as we know, ions are of two types, negative and positive. The negative ions, the negative ions are called anion, and the positive ones are called cation. I think it is clear. Now all the metals are conductor of electricity, good conductor of electricity. But graphite is the only non-metal which is a good conductor of electricity. Now plastic is a poor conductor of electricity and air is also a poor conductor of electricity, but air conducts electricity in certain conditions. Henceforth, we cannot say object is insulator because in certain environmental conditions, in certain climates, these objects also also conduct electricity. Now we will check about the liquids. Liquid only become conducting when charge carriers are present in it. Distilled water is not a conductor because it has no charge carriers. Now charge carriers are present in salt. So if we make a salt solution with water, then this solution prepared will have charge carriers and the electric current will pass through it and conduct through it. Now we see in lemon juice there are some charge carriers present in it which lead to the conducting of this solution. These charge carriers are, we also know that these charge carriers are free electrons and ions. These move towards the source. Now we will learn about how electricity flows. Electric current is a flow of electrical charges. The electricity that is conducting in your home consists of moving electron. Now these electrons are the free electrons which are moving, making the wires conducting metal like that. Wire is full of atoms and free electrons. so that the electrons can move, and these electrons move among the atom. Like this is the atom, then electrons are moving around it. These are free electrons. These conduct electricity. Now let's come to the liquids. Distilled water is a type of water which has zero impurities, hence creating to no conduction of the electric current, as impurities like salts and mineral consist of charge carriers which can make a substance conducting. Now, if we add water plus sugar, then this solution will not be a conductor because sugar doesn't break. The molecules of sugar doesn't break into 2 or 3 parts, but the molecules of the salt break into 2 parts when electric current is provided. Salt is called NaCl. So it is divided into Na and Cl. Na and Cl. Na one side, Cl one side. Able to understand? That's why NaCl conducts electricity, but the solution of NaCl conducts electricity, but with sugar solution doesn't conduct electricity. And here Na gets a ion of positive and Cl gets an ion of negative. This is easily understood by all, I think. Now let's come to the next part. Yes, now another tester. If we want to make a good tester which can run on a low volt, and if the current is not sufficient, then also it can tell that the object is conducting or not. As we know about the magnetic effect of electric current, henceforth this compass, which works on the principle of magnet, will deflect. The needle of this compass will deflect if the material we have kept here is conducting. Now LEDs are light emitting diodes. These are not cheaper than CFL, but these are more efficient, as they can also uh, identify the smaller currents. This Here we are given the smaller lead is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. This is connected to negative and this is connected to positive here. These are LED lights and these can be used in your projects. Now here we have given that does the compass show deflection? In lemon juice, yes. Vinegar, yes. Tap water, yes, as it has minerals and impurities. Vegetable oil, no. Milk, no. Honey, no. Wait. Milk, no. Honey, no. Vegetable, no. As vinegar and lemon juice also conduct electricity, the main substances which conduct electricity are in liquids are your acids, bases and salt. These conduct electricity. Now let's come to the another part. Here Pahili says that the small amount of minerals present in the water we drink are good for us. That's why there is no need to drink distilled water which has no impurities or salts, because these salts are healthy for us. These are useful for us. Now let's come to the chemical effects of electric current, the main part of this chapter. And here, let's start. Here the current is passed through this source. This is a source. This is our source. Wait, this is our source. Now current is passed through it. Now this one is called the cathode. Cathode because it is connected to the negative terminal, and this is called the anode as it is connected to the positive terminal. Anode is positive, and cathode is negative, minus. And these two rods, these carbon rods, are called electrodes. And electrodes are of two types: anode and cathode. And this is our water. When we pass electric current through it, the oxygen ion come to the cathode. Oxygen and hydrogen divides. They go to different electrodes and form bubbles. Let's go to the other part. I will also show you a photo for this. Electrolysis of water. Yes, here. This one is clearly understood. This one. What happened to the internet? I'll show you a photo here which can make you understand more better. Yes, this photo here. This is the cathode, and hydrogen gets attracted to this cathode. Hydrogen goes to the cathode and oxygen goes to the anode. Because hydrogen is of plus, henceforth it will go to the negative cathode, and oxygen is of minus ion. The oxygen is a anion, hence it will go to the anode. Oxygen to anode, hydrogen to cathode. Now let's come, this is the important part. In 1800, a British chemist named William Nicholson had shown if electrodes were immersed in water, the thing we talked about was created by this man. He found this. He found the electrolysis of water. Now the bubbles are formed. We know about that. So in the chemical effect of electric current, bubbles may be formed on the rods. Now let's come to the another activity here. In the chemical effect of electric current, the color may also change. Like in this potato, here Boozer decided to test some vegetable that they conduct electricity or not, and he got to know that when he put wires into the potato and came back after a half an hour, he will notice that a greenish blue spot had come just because of the electric current. And this is a chemical effect of electric current, that change in color can occur, like here in the potato, due to the chemical effects. Now, the passage of electric current leads to electric reaction. Like here, the passage of electric current leads to chemical reaction. Now, electroplating. This is the most important part of this chapter on exam point of view. Yes. Before that, I will tell you something. If charge carriers are present, the current will flow, else the current will not flow. The reaction is dependent upon the material and the solution of electrode. Yes. Now let's come to the electroplating. Now here, here. Yes. I will show you a better diagram for electroplating. Electroplating diagram. Now yes, here we can learn from this one. Wait. Yes, here the current is passed through. Electroplating diagram. Yes, this one. The current is passed through here. Electroplating means when we apply a coating of some other material on another inferior metal. Like we will electroplate copper on an metal, copper on iron rod. Okay. So we will take for electroplating, for plating an layer of copper on an metal or on an iron rod, we will take a copper rod. We will take a desired metal, inferior metal, which we need to coat, and take the solution of the metal which we are coating. Now we are coating the copper. That's why we take the copper sulfate, CuSO4. Here Cu is having positive ion and SO4 is having a negative ion. So the Cu will go to the rod which we need to electroplate, and the copper from this anode will also go to the metal so that it can get electroplated from here to here, and the Cu gets formed on the anode, and on the cathode the layer of copper is formed. I think this is an easy concept to learn. Now let's come to other part. Now here reaction is totally dependent upon the material of the solution and the electrodes. Now if the material is of copper, so then the solution in which the electric current is passed through should also be of the copper sulfate, which is of blue color. Now this electroplating, the definition is it is the process of depositing a layer of any desired metal on another material by the means of electricity is called electroplating. Yes. Now chromium. Chromium is an important part here. Chromium is a shiny material. Now it doesn't corrode, it resists scratches, it doesn't rust, it doesn't get rusted. However, chromium is very expensive. Henceforth, it is electroplated on objects to make them shinier and protect them from corrosion and from rusting, etc. For appearance also on the uh, bikes and cars. Electroplating is more cheaper, but in electroplating factories, the disposal of used conducting solution is a major concern. Now, this affects the wildlife in the water where this conducting solution is disposed. It is a specific polluting waste, and there are specific disposal guidelines for this to protect the environment, and these guidelines are to be followed. Here on tin cans, there are some real life example like in tin cans for storing food. Uh, we electroplate iron onto the tin as tin is less reactive than iron. Thus, the food doesn't come into contact with the iron and is protected from getting spoiled. So, first the cans are made of iron, then uh, the tin is electroplated so that the cans are not harming the food. Iron is used in bridges and automobiles to provide more strength, but iron corrodes and get rusted. Henceforth, we apply a layer of zinc and zinc or chromium for protecting it. I think this is the whole chapter. It was a small chapter with only 3 topics, but an important chapter with many key concepts like electricity is a form of energy. It is a clean and damage-free energy. It flows from the positive terminal to the negative terminal, and it flows through a circuit. Three main components of the circuit are source, battery or cells. The source converts the chemical energy into usable electricity. Wires conduct this electricity, and indicator like bulb etc. are used to indicate that the current is flowing. Now, yes, this is the whole chapter, and I will try to provide my own notes in the description. In the description, I will provide my own notes. So, thank you for watching. Bye bye.